Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the Why Teacher. In today's episode, I'm sharing with you some guidelines that can help you create fantastic content for children. So, on top of my list, while I'm creating content for children, is inclusion. So, I want to make sure that the lesson that I design gives them different levels of challenges owing to the fact that they're all so differently abled. So, I usually follow the learning outcome strategy to do that, which guides me to create targets within the lesson which are going to be meeting the needs of the different groups inside the classroom. So target one, which might be learning outcome one, is something that most children in my classroom would be able to attempt and achieve. Learning outcome two would be something that some of the children in my classroom would be able to attempt. And likewise, learning outcome three is definitely aimed at my high achievers, so very few children would be able to attempt those. So in a very smart way, you're able to provide children with three different challenges within the classroom and be able to cater to all of them. The second most important thing for me while creating content for children is creativity. I love it when children feel inspired to find solutions and take on a challenge, taking the responsibility to look for answers. A creative lesson or content usually has a lot of space for children to explore, to experiment, to come up with their own solutions. So clearly, a creative piece of content is not going to be stringent or rigid with its outcomes. It would have to be an open-ended kind of a lesson where children can come up with solutions in the form of different kinds of products. So I personally used to love when I would give them the basic guidelines and the basic problem, in a defined manner. But then I would leave it open for them to find solutions. And it was wonderful to see them have conversations, to try out different kinds of, create different kinds of prototypes, and come up with their own logic of what would work and what would not work. So creativity is something that's really important because it brings out the child's understanding of themselves and what they're capable of. Good content also has to do with making connections. So if the children are able to, if they're able to connect with the idea that you're putting forth, or if they're able to, understand and create a context of the concept to their lives and understand how it's going to impact their lives, they're probably going to be more invested and engaged with the idea. I think that it's really important that those decisions are taken by the children. So good content provides children with the opportunity to make those conscious decisions about their lives, where they're able to understand and state that I need to learn this because this is how it's going to impact my life. So if they're able to make that connection, you're giving them the opportunity to help them grow as individuals who can take independent decisions, which is just something so important to any child's growth, academically and intellectually. And finally, good content is always going to leave children with probing questions. So if you have created content that has left children with a thirst to learn more, and even though the lesson has concluded on the concept, they have come up with a new set of questions, this clearly indicates that you've gathered their interest on the concept and now they want to go and investigate and explore it further. So this to me is the highest level of achievement by a teacher, when she leaves her children with their own set of questions and gives them the permission to go explore and find answers. So creating good content for children means that a teacher has to make a conscious decision about adding in elements such as inclusion, creativity, connectivity, and the space to ask questions and explore as the driving element in her planning. I hope that these guidelines are going to be beneficial for you when you create content for children. Creating content for children is truly rewarding because at the end of the day, it is about their journey as learners and them taking responsibility for their learning. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Allah Hafiz.